Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the official SkyTemple podcast, Season 2, with me, your host, Smingle. Back for another interview, and this one is with BirdObsession, the creator of a Starless night for the 5th Hackjam. One quick thing before we get in is that we're getting close to the end of the 5th Hackjam judging process now, and I just want to give another huge round of applause to everyone who submitted for this Hackjam. All of the hacks, in my opinion, were beyond belief. And I think everyone should be really, really proud of themselves, no matter who wins and who does not win. So, when it comes to a close, I hope everyone is still incredibly proud of what they managed to accomplish, because I really think everyone should be. But that's all I've got to say. So, without any further ado, let's get straight into the interview, shall we? So, I am joined by BirdObsession. How are you doing today, BirdObsession?
I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent. Good to hear that. So you are the one who created a Starless night, a hack for the Hackjam. Just an overall question to begin. How do you think it went? How are you? How proud are you of this? Of what you made?
Well, when I was making a Starless night, I didn't really know if people would like it, since I did go out of my comfort zone a little bit for the story.
All right.
But I think it went pretty well.
Excellent. Cool. Nice. Well, I'm really glad that you are proud of it, because I really think it was amazing. So very well done to you there. I'm just going to start off by saying that you did a great job. So speaking of the story, though, where did the inspiration for this hack come from? Because it was quite dark, wasn't it? Where did you get the inspiration for this?
Well, Nova as a character originally appeared in Mr. Mail 3.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was just removed from Mr. Mail in a rather silly way, so I wanted to revisit him and give him tell a story better, I guess.
Okay. So I'm afraid I never saw Mr. Mail 3. Do you want to maybe sum up what he does in that, and then why you decided to pull his story in the direction you did?
Well, honestly, I don't really want to revisit that. People who are in the Mr. Mail community will know that I was not a fan of what happened.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. So, did you always know then you wanted to do this with Nova, even before Hackjam or anything like that? Did you? How long have you known that you wanted to pull a story like this?
As soon as Mr. Mail ended and I saw the finished product.
Really? Okay.
And then I knew that Hackjam was coming up, so I decided that would be a good time to do it.
Cool. And so when you saw the theme for the Hackjam come out, how did you react to that then? Did that change anything?
Important memory? Not really. I guess it shifted from just being just a story told in a chronological way to one basically being told in the past, I guess, where he's like reminiscing on what happened.
Right, yeah, because a lot of it is a memory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Goodness. Okay, cool. So you had the idea way before Hackjam started, and so when the theme came out, you maybe adjusted it a little bit, but you still knew what you were going to do then. Cool.
Yes.
So other than Nova, obviously there are more actors in this play, as it were. So why did you choose those Pokemon in particular? There's Delcatty. There's some very, very creepy Lunatones and Solrox. Where did the choice for them come from?
I actually had a bit of trouble deciding what Pokemon I wanted Nova's Guardian to be. I did eventually settle on Delcatty just because I thought it was like I don't know why. I just thought it seemed right.
Okay. Well, I'm not complaining. I love Delcatty. I think they deserve a lot more love. I wish they were better, just in general.
Mm-hmm. And for the creepy Lunatones and Solrox, I just decided on Lunatone pretty quickly. I just thought it seemed right.
Yeah, just for the vibe.
Yeah.
Sort of alien, sort of rocky vibe. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I really wasn't expecting it. I'll tell you that much.
hmm
Um,
Amethyst was the only one I had trouble with.
very surprising. Yeah, yeah. Cool. I think they were good choices. Um, so you mentioned earlier that you were worried that people wouldn't enjoy the hack. Um, is that just because of the sort of content that you put into it? The sort of darker themes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Uh, did you make any decisions to make that lighter than it was as a result of those worries, or was it even darker before, or did you stick to
Uh,
your guns?
I mean, for the most part, I didn't really change much. I did get some ideas that were darker, but overall, the only changes I made were maybe a little bit of lightening up a little bit of the dialogue. Overall, the
Okay.
themes were like the same as
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. So it could have been even darker then. Goodness.
Yeah, but
Uh, Are those ideas?
not too much more darker.
Are those ideas that you didn't include even something worth repeating on an interview, or do they not? Are they too dark?
Uh, I don't know. I'm struggling to even remember what they were.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to. Don't worry.
One of
Uh,
my ideas was that he was just going to find her dead body instead of
oh,
finding her still alive.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that certainly would have. But I
Yeah.
do think you made the right choice though, because that speech with Amethyst at the end was beautiful. So good stuff. So other than the obviously the sort of darker aspects of the narrative, what part of the hack were you most worried about? I don't really want to say that you struggled to make or anything like that, but what was there anything else you were worried about when you released the hack other than the narrative?
Well, I did feel like maybe the ending was a little abrupt.
Okay.
I was worried that maybe people would think that was a little weird. But I was running out of time, so I had to finish it up.
Yeah, yeah. I think you were a little weird. Why did you think people would think that? Just because it ended abruptly?
Yeah, ended
Oh,
abruptly.
okay. Um, speaking of that abrupt ending, though, how come you aren't? Yeah, because I remember at the end of the story, it says that you're not planning to expand the story at all. Is there a reason for that in particular?
I mean, I did just make this to be a one-off.
Right.
Uh, the next hack I want to make is actually going to be a kind of sequel to Flight of the Bluebird, my first hack,
Okay. Okay.
because I want to expand on another one of my characters.
Right.
But I might like have Nova show up in another hack in the future, since everything I make is intended to be connected in some way.
Okay. Okay.
But
You
I
don't think
don't plan
you
on
don't
making a sequel
right.
to Starless Night.
You don't plan on revisiting Nova as the main character of a hack, but they might just show up in places.
Maybe.
Okay. Cool. Um. Excellent. Okay. So that was the part you were most worried about, the ending. What was the most difficult part of your hack to make?
Most difficult, probably the overworld section.
Okay.
I have made an overworld section in the past in Flight of the Bluebird, but I'm still not really good at it.
Ah,
That kind of thing is really difficult.
yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Wh-
and
which Go on.
I think I spent like 5 hours on the NPCs alone.
Ah. Oh, I don't blame you for that. Was it very fun to write that dialogue for the NPCs?
Yeah. I mean, the overworld sections are basically where I can maybe get a little more lighthearted with the theme, since these characters aren't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really important to the story.
Yeah.
Well,
I
other
find,
than yeah, other than Kekleon and Yarg, of course, those guys show up later. But
yes, yeah, yeah.
for the most part, the NPCs are either just NPCs or references to other works.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do find overworld sections is where most creators like to put in references or just sort of light-hearted content or jokes that they have. I do think they're very good
Yeah.
opportunities for that, aren't they?
hmm
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I certainly sympathize. Overworld sections can be very difficult to get right because they do have a lot of pitfalls, don't they? Um, so conversely, on the other side of the other side of the coin, what was the easiest part of the hack for you to make? What went really smoothly?
Uh, the dungeons probably.
Really,
I've never really had much difficulty with dungeons.
really, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
When you say
Actually,
dungeons, sorry, go on, go
okay.
on.
I did have some problems with Broken Grotto because of the way fixed rooms worked. I had to like experiment to see exactly how the game worked, but overall
Right.
it wasn't too difficult.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because when you say dungeons, obviously there was one dungeon. Oh, remind me of the name of that one, please.
There was Ravenous Wilds at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yes, that dungeon, obviously, the first one you enter where there's no items for you to pick up. Um,
Yeah.
that one is the sort of only one that's not just a fixed, not just a bunch of fixed rooms and puzzles in a sort of order. That's the one that sort of is more like a dungeon than anything else. Was that one very difficult to balance, or did you enjoy making that? Was that
That
just
one was
as
pretty
easy?
easy.
Yeah.
That one was easy. That was probably the easiest part
Okay.
of
Good.
creating the hack.
Yeah. I thought it was genius. I really liked the idea of going out foraging for items and not finding anything at all. I never
Yeah.
thought about using that as a gameplay, as a narrative aspect. Um, cool. So then coming up with the puzzles in Broken Grotto, that was just as easy.
I mean, yeah, pounce orbs and just that mechanic in general is really versatile, at
Yeah.
least for SkyTemple standards.
Are you good
I
at
did
coming up
originally
with
want to
puzzles?
use.
And sorry.
I mean, I'm all right, I guess. I did want to use gust traps, but I was under the impression that they would blow you the direction that you were facing when you stepped on it. And when I learned that wasn't the case, I had to like switch it up. So that's why most of them were pounce puzzles.
I see. I see. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Um, so that was the easiest part. That's excellent. Was there anything that you were because obviously we had 3 weeks, and I don't know how. Actually, that's a good question. How much time did you spend each day in these 3 weeks making this?
Uh, in the first week, I probably averaged maybe 3 to 4 hours a day, and in the upcoming weeks after that, probably 2 hours a day on average.
Goodness, is that just because of things you had to do in the rest of your life, or is there a reason you slowed
I did
down?
have I had a lot of free time at the time. I slowed down just because burnout, I guess. I was
Yeah, that's
getting a little
fair.
burnt
That's very
out.
fair. Yeah. Um, Goodness knows, yeah, I burn out a lot. Cool. So you had the 3 weeks. Was there anything you wanted to include in the hack that you were not able to? Is there anything you were excited to include, or maybe that you had already included but had to sort of cut back on,
There's
because you just
nothing I
simply
had
ran out of
to
time?
cut out, but
Really?
I did want to include one more dungeon after the prison escape sequence.
Okay.
I did want to add one more dungeon there, but ultimately decided not to as I only had like 1 day left.
Okay. Would that dungeon have been the prison, or would it have been a completely separate?
Probably would have been something separate.
Okay.
It probably would have just been another like standard like randomized procedurally generated dungeon instead
Okay.
of something full of fixed rooms like Broken Grotto.
I see. Okay. Cool. I mean, yeah, I can't say uh, whether or not that would have been uh, an incredible inclusion. I think where you ended it off was probably the perfect place to end it off. Really, nice cliffhanger and sort of origin story, if you will. Would you call it an origin story?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Because
basically the point to like create the origin story for this one character from Mystery Mail.
yeah, I suppose it was. Yeah. Excellent. Good stuff. Um, did you have any when you saw the theme for the hack jam? Did you have any other ideas? Did anything else spring forth from that, or were you
Uh,
so set on doing this hack that you didn't think of, didn't really, not, you had no other inspiration?
Yeah, I was so set on doing this that I didn't really think about it much.
Really, really. Did you have any other ideas while you were making this? Did you come up with any other brainwaves?
No, not really.
Okay. Hmm. Um, so this next project you're working on, remind me of what it was called? The next one you want to make.
Oh, I don't have a name. Okay, when it comes with naming my projects, I didn't even come with a name for Starless Night until I was making the credits.
Oh,
So
really?
I don't have a name for this
Wait,
next one. I'm
you didn't know what it was called until the credits?
nope.
Goodness. Yeah, how did you come up with the
Uh,
name when you were doing the credits then?
uh, oh no, I just thought uh just like brainstormed maybe puns and stuff, and then I thought Starly, star. Then since it was dark, I thought Starless.
Oh,
Since like stars of bring light.
oh my
This
goodness,
is just basically a pun.
I must be the slowest person on earth. I didn't get that until just now. That is a good
Yeah.
pun. That's a very good pun. Oh wow. So this next project you're working on, you don't have a name for it yet. Um, have you known you wanted to make this next one since before the Hackjam then?
No. I haven't actually started the next project yet. I'm just coming up with ideas for it.
Okay, okay.
But it's something that it's actually inspired. It's actually going to be somewhat inspired by another Hack Jam submission.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to take some inspiration from Outlaw's Paradise, which is Okami's.
Okay, of course, yes. Yeah. Uh what inspires you about it? What can you indulge in any of that information? Or are you leaving it to be a surprise?
Well, I just really like the concept of the rising up in the ranks. Although I'm
Right.
probably gonna make it more like a competition. I also played the game that Okami got his idea from for
Oh yeah, Paper
Outlaw's
Mario.
Paradise. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
Yeah.
It's actually the only Paper Mario game I hadn't played, so I played that recently.
Okay,
And
okay.
I also really like the Glitz Pit, which is where he got the idea from.
Right, all right. And you just think the idea is really good? You just want to create something where you're in a sort of like a
Yeah,
fighting tournament, effectively?
yeah.
Excellent. I mean, I'm looking forward
Though
to it
it's
already. I do love that idea.
definitely gonna be original enough that it doesn't seem like a copy. At least I'll try.
Good. I mean, good stuff. Yeah, I don't think you can really go wrong with that concept. It is very solid, and you can really
Yeah.
be very creative with the fixed rooms for each fight. I'm looking forward to it already. Good stuff. Do you think you'll work on that for the next maybe the next hack jam, or are you hoping to release that before?
I'm probably gonna work on it just on the side, not for Hack Jam.
Okay, okay. Uh,
And uh, none of my previous hack, Flight of the Bluebird, wasn't that long either, about the same length as a typical Hack Jam submission. This one will
okay,
probably be longer than both of those two, but uh, probably won't take me more than a few months, maybe.
okay. Will it? Will the main character of this next hack also be a bird?
Yes, it will probably be Bismuth, who's the Flight of the Bluebird protagonist.
Oh goodness. If I didn't know you any
Who's
better, I would say you're probably obsessed with birds. But I might be wrong. I might be entirely misled. Good stuff. Uh, so are you going to be involving yourself in the next hack jam then after this? Are you excited for that?
maybe.
Yeah. This for this hack jam, obviously you worked solo. Do you think for the next hack jam, you'd do the same thing, or would you work in a group?
Not sure. The reason
Not
I
sure.
worked solo this time was because I already had the idea set in my head.
Right, right. You didn't
I
want.
might I
Okay.
might team up with others for the next one.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, when you work in a group with other people, do you think you'd want to work in quite a big group, or would you prefer it to be maybe 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, 2 or 3 probably. Smaller group.
Okay, fair enough. Excellent. So you don't have any ideas for the next Hackjam at all yet, do you? I mean, I wouldn't expect you to, but do you have any ideas like for what you might want the theme to be? Maybe.
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Good stuff. Right. So, why Bird Obsession? Why will a Starless Night win Hackjam 5?
It will not win Hackjam 5.
Oh my goodness. Oh no, you can't say that wasn't the question, my dude, my main man.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to myself.
Oh, but for this instance, yes, you are. Try again. Why will a Starless Night win Hackjam 5? And I really no. Okay, don't get me wrong. I completely understand. But give me a best sales pitch. Give me a best. Pretend you're pitching this to a professional game studio, saying this is the best idea ever. This was the best execution ever. What's the sales pitch?
I've never done something like this before, but
I believe in you.
I'm
looking at your adorable PFP, and I believe in you. You can do this.
It's a very emotional, heartbreaking tale.
Yes, it is.
About a teenager who wants to find his missing guardian. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the fact that she even goes missing is a little bit of a spoiler, but
I wouldn't worry about that. Don't worry. I mean, this is more of a premise, but
yeah.
So it's okay. So what we got so far, it's emotional. It's dramatic. Is it challenging?
No, not particularly.
Okay. Is it well, there's puzzles in it. Are the puzzles, would you say they're challenging? Head scratching?
Probably not.
Probably not. You think they're too easy?
I mean, I think they're not meant to be very difficult.
Oh, but with a person of your massive intellect, surely the common folk will have trouble with them.
I don't know.
Pretend I didn't say that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, okay. You've got emotional and you've got dramatic. It's funny. Would you say it's funny?
I mean, there are a few jokes in there, but overall, it's not a comedic hack.
Yeah, well, unless it's a comedy, it doesn't have to focus on comedic nature, but you can still have them in there. I don't think there's a piece of media anywhere that doesn't have any humor in it at all.
Yeah, I'm not really a comedy person. I've never been really good with it, so
that's all right. Okay, that's fine. What else could it be? It's a sort of would you say it's a tragedy in a way? I suppose it is.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there aren't many hacks out there that are tragedies, are there? I think maybe that's a selling point. You know, people who love tragedies are probably starved in this community, so maybe that's why it'll win, because it's unique. Yeah. Would you say it's unique?
Yeah, I haven't played it. I haven't played or seen any other SkyTemple hacks that have an ending this dark. Oh,
that's your sentence, folks. Oh, I love that. I haven't played any other hacks like this. I love that. Sorry, I'm really pushing it, but you know, I think you should be really proud of what you've done, and I think you've got a very good shot. So I'm just trying to sort of pull something from you, like, you know, why do you think it'll win? If it pretend it does win, why did it win?
Okay. Because it's a unique idea, and it's emotional and tragic, and it's good story.
Hell yeah, that's the confidence I like. You can really hear the confidence in your voice as well. Excellent. Well done, Bird Obsession. Well, that probably comes to the close to the end of the interview. Do you have anything else you want to say, or anything else you want to say to the community, maybe?
I don't really have anything specific I want to say.
Okay. Thanks to the community or anything?
I guess, yeah, thanks to the community for like just being there to communicate with during the Hackjam,
Yeah.
like share my ideas with.
Excellent. I mean, we're all very glad to. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview with me, BirdObsession. I'm looking forward to this next hack, and I'm looking forward to the next Hack Jam as well. I'm very excited to see what you put out for that as well.
Yeah, me too.
Cool. Well, yeah. Anyway, it's lovely talking to you, though, BirdObsession. I'll talk to you some other time. Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye now.
Bye. Thank you.
Right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that interview with BirdObsession. I hope you found it as interesting as I did. I'm really looking forward to whatever they release next, and I hope you are as well. If you want to see any more of me, you can go over to my YouTube channel. It's down in the description before, at the Smingle. You can also find me on Twitch. I stream 5 days a week. If you want to hear more of my ramblings and silly voice, you can. But as for the next interview, it will be a triple threat with Board, Crow, Paz, and Miju for their hack Bouquet of the Past. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that one. It was quite a long interview, so please set aside at least an hour of your time, I would say, to listen to that in full. I would really suggest it because it was a really, really fun interview. Until then, I hope you guys stay safe. Don't let the bed bugs bite. No, that doesn't make any sense. What am I talking about? I'm not your parents. I'm not your dad. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you to stay safe. Do what you want. Do as you please. I will see you for the next interview. I'm sorry for everything I just said. All right. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.